to fill their home with flavor and warmth. And of course, you gotta have the cornbread, a golden tribute to treasure and joy. From Virginia fields in the 17th century to our tables today, this dish represents a connection to our history and tells the story of tradition and the unyielding courage of our people, and a reminder to honor our ancestors on the shoulders on which we stand. This soup, our soup, is far more than food. Have you tried the soup?
Ooh.
Significance of eating black eyed peas and collard greens on New Year's Day is sacred in the Black community. According to stories told by our ancestors, this is the first meal of the year you should eat because it's said to bring you good luck. Why, you may ask? Well, the swelling of the peas symbolizes prosperity, a prayer for a bountiful year ahead. A hefty portion of collard greens was served along with this dish, with their rich, dark color are believed to represent wealth and financial success. Families often added tomatoes.
So do I get that money back that I spent on insurance?
Significance of eating black eyed peas and collard greens on New Year's Day is sacred in the Black community. According to stories told by our ancestors, this is the first meal of the year you should eat because it's said to bring you good luck. Why, you may ask? Well, the swelling of the peas symbolizes prosperity, a prayer for a bountiful year ahead. A hefty portion of collard greens was served along with this dish, with their rich, dark color are believed to represent wealth and financial success. Families often added tomatoes for health and love, carrots for clear vision, and seasonings like celery, onion, garlic, and bay leaves to fill their home with flavor and warmth. And of course, you gotta have the cornbread, a golden tribute to treasure and joy. From Virginia fields in the 17th century to our tables today, this dish represents a connection to our history and tells the story of tradition and the unyielding courage of our people, and a reminder to honor our ancestors on the shoulders on which we stand. This soup, our soup, is far more than food.
Ooh.
Have you tried the soup?
Have you tried the soup? Have you tried it?
Significance of eating black
One more
eyed peas
time.
and collard greens on New Year's Day
One
is
more
sacred
time.
in the Black community. According to stories told by our ancestors, this is the first meal of the year you should eat because it's said to bring you good luck. Why, you may ask? Well, the swelling of the peas symbolizes prosperity, a prayer for a bountiful year ahead. A hefty portion of collard greens was served along with this dish, with their rich, dark color are believed to represent wealth and financial success. Families often added tomatoes for health and love, carrots for clear vision, and seasonings like celery, onion, garlic, and bay leaves to fill their home with flavor and warmth. And of course, you gotta have the cornbread, a golden tribute to treasure and joy. From Virginia fields in the 17th century to our tables today, this dish represents a connection to our history and tells the story of tradition and the unyielding courage of our people, and a reminder to honor our ancestors on the shoulders on which we stand. This soup, our soup, is far more than food. Have you tried the soup?
Ooh, okay. All right, y'all. I hope y'all got it. Hey, I hope y'all got it. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in to the assignment. How's everything going? Hope all is well as we transition, as we enter into a new one in the same process, in the same breath of us exiting one era, we're actually entering into another. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in to the assignment. Come on in. It's a beautiful space to be. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. And of course, y'all know I'm on assignment. I'm your health conscious coach, as well as your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And so it's a blessing to be here this morning. I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly. I just don't take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it lightly about where I am at the moment, about what I have to do, about my assignment. I don't take it lightly. And so I'm here this morning. I'm here. Y'all see I made it. I made it here. I'm here. Y'all see it. I'm here. I can say present. Remember back in the days when So you're in class, at the same time they call your name and you could raise your hand and say present. I'm present. And so I'm here this morning, having came through 365 days. Did you hear me? I say we've been through 365 days of living, of life's curriculum. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning, standing on my ding, standing in my essence, standing in my value, standing in my worth, standing in my assignment, standing on the soup. Ooh-wee. And there's a soup. I didn't know this, y'all. I didn't know. And listen, I don't have all the answers. All I can do is lead you in the direction of it all through thought. Wealthy risings. Come on up. Wake on up. Get on up and wash your face. Clean your eyes. Brush your teeth. Gargle your mind. You heard I said, gargle your mind. You heard I said, your mind. Yeah, gargle your mind. Yeah, do all the necessary things that will prepare you for the day. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning in preparation, knowing that 2025 is symbolic of the number 9. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 more is 9. And so at the same time, I'm here standing in 9. 9 is symbolic of the number that we're exiting one thing, but yet and still we're entering into another. And so at the same time this morning, I'm here, have made it. Ooh-wee. Everybody can't say that, sir. Everybody don't have the ability to say that, ma'am, that they made it for 364 days of life and living. We've came through the pandemic. We've came through all the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribs. We've came through and we've made it. Can't we say, or can't we call ourselves conquerors? Ooh, I believe we can. I believe that we'll be justified in saying that we are conquerors at this moment. That we've conquered and we're here on our assignment, on our purpose, standing in our essence, standing in our value and our worth, standing. We're standing on solid foundation. That's a beautiful place to stand, sir. Amen. That's a beautiful place to stand, is on a solid foundation. One thing you don't want to stand on is sinking sand. I believe that anything outside of the creator of all things, just anything standing outside, not only his words, just standing outside of his essence, of her essence, standing outside of it will be sinking sand. And so at the same time, I came to tell you, you might as well stand. You might as well stand for something, or you might be falling for anything. You heard I said, I ain't scared of you. I said, one thing in this thing called life, you might as well stand all the way up. Stand up. You've been down long enough. It's time for us to stand up as we exit. You heard me. I said, as we exit this one era, we have our eyes set and our minds focused on the new era by which we're entering. And so at the same time, you might as well come and get on board. You heard what I said. I ain't scared of you. I said you might as well come and stand up and get on board. Get on board with the flow of things in this thing called life. Just flow. F-L-O-W. You might as well flow. And so I'm here. Wealthy risings. That's the new word for me. I know it's too deep for some people. People are all that grand rising queen and grand risings king, and you know, a lot of people can't even wrap their mind around that concept. And I was one of them at one time because I was still saying good morning, and I don't want to be. I know they removed the U between the morning, the M-O-U-R-N, and they took the U out. It's called it M-O-R-N-I-N-G. But at the same time, I'm telling you that I don't want to say it anymore. And so by me not having the desire to say good morning, I just don't want to reverberate some pain that was possible that our ancestor possibly endured. And so at the same time, I'm raising my vibrations now. That might be a lower vibrational state of mind when you say good morning. We don't know. All I'm saying now is wealthy risings. Ooh, did you hear me? I can say wealthy risings. Wealthy risings. Rise wealthy. Wealthy in your understandings. Wealthy in your thoughts. Wealthy in your victories. Wealthy in your essence. Wealthy in your abundance. Wealthy in your increase. Wealthy in your enhancements. Yeah. Wealthy in your variability. How about that? I believe that we're going to have to be variable. We're going to have variability here in this next season. The variability is going to have to be widened. It's going to be stretched, the variability. So just like I know I have variability that I can go from the guttermost to the uttermost. Did you hear me? I say I have been through the gutter and the ghetto. But look where I am now. I came up out of it all. Still a part of it, but I'm no longer there. And so we're going to have to progress through this thing called life. There's going to have to be progression. There's going to have to be maneuvering. You're going to have to manifest some things. You're going to have to manipulate the understanding and comprehensions. And so at the same time, we can stand in the M's, movement. Yeah, we can stand in the M's, motivation. We can stand in the M's this morning. Millions. How about mindset? Yeah, we can stand in the M's. And y'all know I'll just come. I had nothing to really say this morning, but I really want to share with you. Have you tasted the soup? Have you tried the soup? That's symbolic of what our ancestors made. That's that we're standing on the shoulders of our ancestors at this moment. And as we connect ourselves with historical data, you heard what I said. I say we can connect ourselves with historical data, man. We can connect ourselves with historical inclinations, historical understandings, historical ancestry. Yeah. And so at the same time, I came this morning with the question, have you tried the soup? We know that it represents a lot. We know that this meal, from what I'm understanding, should be the first meal of the year. I didn't even know, and I didn't understand the value until I smell it. Cooking. The aroma in the atmosphere of black-eyed peas and collard greens. And so my question to you this morning is, have you tried it? Do we even know whether or not it works or not? I know it's symbolic of prosperity and increase. And so at the same time, my question to you is, have you tried the soup? We understand that you got to soak the peas. The black-eyed peas should be soaked first. So maybe that's a sign of being submerged. How about that? That's a good word. Because they don't know that you are a seed and you have to be submerged into fertile soil of the earth in order to come forth and be planted and be and to bear forth fruit in your season. You must be planted first. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning. Have you tried the soup? Do we even have validation that the collard greens by which we will partake in is symbolic? The greenness of it all is symbolic of the wealth and financial freedom of the green abundance, which money is symbolic of green. So maybe they turned this meal, the collard greens, into a metaphorical understanding. That green, the greenery of it all, is symbolic of growth. It's symbolic of increase, green. Yeah, just the greenery of the collard greens is symbolic. And these people probably can envision themselves to where we are right now. Our ancestors had to just hope and pray. So the soaking of the peas that's caused them to swell, the swelling of the peas is symbolic of prosperity, of increase. When you submerge those peas in water. And so that's symbolic. All of it is symbolic of what our ancestors once believed. And if we couldn't get it physically, that maybe we're imagining it into our bloodline. We can imagine it. They use the food by which they cause to feed us, and to feed themselves, was symbolic. And so at the same time, my question to you this morning is, have you tried the soup? The peas submerged in water represents prosperity when they swell. The black-eyed peas and the collard greens is wealthy. Is symbolic of the wealth and financial freedom. The tomatoes, which I'm kind of, I seen the tomatoes. I get scared of a tomato because a tomato for an A positive blood person is inflammatory. So I don't deal well with tomatoes. For A positive blood people, we should not be eating tomatoes. And I believe that a tomato at this moment is inflammatory. It's bad for you. The white seed in a tomato is uric acid. And so at the same time, the tomatoes, they said, was symbolic for health and love. A tomato. But then the carrots, in the carrots, they said that the carrots, which stays along the lines of what we believe carrot juice do for us, and somehow or another it's good for our eyes, right? And so they said the carrot juice, the carrots that they cut up in the soup was symbolic of clear vision, symbolic of clarity. And so at the same time, y'all know this is the first time I've ever heard this. At 57 years old, I just ran across this morning. And so I believe that the creator of all things allowed me to see certain things, right? To bring it to life for whatever reason. It's to bring it to the essence by which I have the ability to talk about it. And so my question to you this morning, sir, hey, bro, my question to you this morning, nephew, is have you tried the soup? Have you tried it? Have you put the soup to the test? That's my question to you. Did you at least try it, or you gonna stand and just shun on it because of what it represents? I'm here to tell you that it might just represent something good, allowing that to be the very first meal of the year, honoring our ancestors in their understanding and comprehensions of it all. Our ancestors went through everything that they went through. And maybe this was the way that they can still have hope, was through food. Have you tried the soup? That's my question. Don't knock it till you try it. Have you tried the soup, sir? Have you tried the soup, ma'am? Have you tried it? Have you validated it? Have you put it to the test? So, I am bowing. Did you hear me? I say, after I get off my knees, because it's going to be kind of awkward for me now. Because under normal conditions, I would be in service somewhere. I'll be in church. Or the last couple of years since the pandemic, I just will duck off into a sacred place for myself as I exit one era but enter into another. We're all in this thing together. We're exiting as well as entering. And that's Buddhist psychology by itself. That's yin and yang. Yeah, that's up and down. That's in and out. Yeah. I should have broke down a lot of the correspondences of Buddhist psychology, but you get the message. Buddhist psychology is a psychology where they say that, listen, everything is connected to something else. There's nothing in the universe that's not connected. And I believe it. Yeah, you're going to exit one thing, but you better be entering into another. You can't have up without down. You can't have in without out. They're the same. And so at the same time, my question to you as we embark upon this new year is, have you tried the soup? Have you tried it to validate whether or not the soup is valid in its understanding? And I believe that it would have to be valid in its understanding because our ancestors looked at collard greens as greenery, looked at the swelling of the peas as prosperity, as enhancement. They looked at the carrots for clear vision. They looked at the tomatoes for health and love. So at the same time, we're going to have to see them through our sacred, sanctified, set apart imagination. Yeah. First meal of the year, y'all. Collard greens, black-eyed peas. They say, don't forget the cornbread. Did you hear them? Hey, don't forget the golden brown cornbread. Don't forget that. because you're gonna need a bread to sop up the pot liquor. You remember that? Hey, y'all remember that? I'm about to tell my age about this. Y'all don't remember no pot liquor. You don't know nothing about no pot liquor. Get out of here with that fooling. You don't know nothing about no pot liquor. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all jitterbugs out here in these streets. You gotta be 50 or better to know about pot liquor. Because you need a bread. I still do that to this day. I found myself doing that to soup. With a piece of bread, and I dip the piece of bread in the soup and wet it up real good and just slurp it all the way up like that. You feel me? You gotta make that noise. If you don't make that noise, it ain't right. It ain't right if you don't make that noise. That slurping noise got to be there. You know that. You know that slurping noise got to be there. Especially when you dip a piece of bread, especially a loaf out the loaf, and you dip the piece of bread. I just did that the other day with that pho. I'm on chicken pho real good right now, y'all. Yeah, I'm on chicken pho. That chicken pho something else, boy. At the Vietnamese restaurants, they sell chicken pho. It's spelled P-H-O. It's a new thing that I didn't find out, my little thing about it until I flew out to Dallas. I looked across the street. I'm in downtown Dallas, Texas, a few months ago. And I looked across, I seen something said pho, P-H-O. Pho Viet or something like that. Then I was like, let me go over here to this restaurant, right? Just being on my little excursions, my little explorations. Y'all know how we do it periodically. We'll fly in and fly out. And so at the same time, I was in Dallas, Texas the other day. And I looked across the street, I seen P-H-O Viet. And what made me walk into this building, I don't know. I was hungry first and foremost. But I sat down and ate some pho. And it was the best pho I've ever. It was the best. It's chicken and noodle soup, but it's made in the Vietnamese broth with the chicken broth and the onions, the scallions, and it was that soup was so good and warm and going down, and it was like the noodles, and I was full. It was a good bowl of soup, chicken pho. I heard they got shrimp pho and all these others, but y'all know I don't eat pork and beef and no shellfish, and so I have to stick with the chicken. So the chicken pho was on point in Dallas, Texas. I tried to find it since I've been here. I found it in several other places, and at the same time, it's like I've invited other people into the mindset of this pho. It's really called pho. P-H-O, but they pronounce it pho. But anyway, I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis Sr. You heard what I said. Kendrick B. Davis Sr. Yeah, I'll say it. Kendrick B. Davis Sr. Yeah, Kendrick B. Davis Sr. Yeah, I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. Yeah, I am. Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought provoker, your health conscious coach, and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And I stand here this morning with a question. And the question that I have for you, sir, the question that I have for you, bro, the question that I have for you, nephew, hey, ma'am, the question that I have for you, sis, the question that I have for you, Nisi, my question to the world, hey, uncles in the earth, aunties in the earth, hey, uncles and aunties in the earth, mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, cousins, how about stepchildren? Yeah, I don't know. I want to have a question. Have you tried the soup and validated what our ancestors once thought that it did for us? And that it would do for us even to this day. And so in honoring our ancestors, in honoring our people that has came and gone before us, right? They are looking down over us right now, asking us possibly to continue this tradition. And the tradition is, have you tried the soup? Have you made the soup for your family? Have you washed and scrubbed those collard greens, the greenery of it all? Did you soak the peas, man? Did you allow the peas to explode all over the kitchen, or did you soak them properly with enough water, with enough lubrication, if you will, to have them submerged completely in the bowl by which you're soaking your peas? But our black-eyed peas and collard greens is a traditional meal. It's a traditional meal. It said it holds value in our people. It's our soup. So, my question to you, sir, I know you done crossed all your spiritual T's and dotted all your holy I's, and now you know what I'm saying, you can pop your collar and brush the, lint off your shoulder, and you walk, you know what I'm saying, with your stuff all like your boo-boo don't stink no more. I understand that. But we can still reconnect. We can still keep this value, still keep this worth, keep this understanding about our ancestry alive, if you will. All you gotta do is validate the soup. You might as well try. I don't think it's gonna hurt nothing to try the soup. I don't think it's gonna hurt nothing to try this soup now. I really don't believe it's gonna hurt nothing. That's gonna be the first meal that I want to put after 12:01. After 12:01 in the morning. After 12:01 a.m. The first meal that we should have as a black people, as a culture, as a ethnicity, as a people. Maybe we need to try the soup. And if you have never made the soup, the black-eyed peas and collard green soup, which is traditional value for our people, maybe this is the year, since we know that 2025 is the symbolic number of number 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 5 more is 9. 2025 is equal to 9, the number 9. And we know that the number 9 is the number of divine completion. Did you hear me? I say the number 9 is divine completion. But then at the same time, 9 is also symbolic of entering but yet exiting. So we're exiting the era, but we're so right here on the brink of entering into another. There might be a little gap, just like there's a gap in neutrality between alkalinity and acidity. And so at the same time, maybe there has some type of value, how they wash those collard greens and soak those black-eyed peas and they submerge them in water. And water we know is for the same thing the Creator used water and rain to cleanse. Yeah, it cleanses water. Fresh, pure water was not designed to cleanse. Yeah. And so I believe this may be my first year having the ability to even allow this understanding to come across the table of my mind. Black-eyed peas and collard greens is symbolic of the submerging of the black eyed peas to soak them and get them soft enough to cook. Then at the same time, you season them down real good with all of your good seasonings. Have the aroma in the house smelling real good. It has the aroma in the house smelling real good, especially if you got them in the slow cooker. And so this morning I came with a question. Have you tried the soup, ma'am? Hey, sis, did you try the soup? Look at me, Facebook family and friends. Have you tried the soup? Have you put shoe leather on this understanding and walked it all the way out in this era of time to keep this tradition going? Yeah. The washing of the greens is the greenery. You wash them greens and sit there and cut the greens. Maybe our ancestors looked at that as money. They identified the collard greens from the greenness of it all, of wealth, financial wealth, and health, the green. And so the tomatoes were symbolic of health and love, and the carrots that were cut up in the soup was designed for a clear vision. In this new year, as we close out one era, but we enter into another, maybe we're going to need that clear vision. Maybe that's what we're going to need. I say maybe we're going to need the clear vision. We're going to need clarity of our visions, our thoughts, of our understanding, of our access. How about that? Clarity to access where we need to go, where we need to be. Our thought process has to be clear. Our strategy plans that we once used back in 2019 is no longer. They're null and void at this moment, sir. I say the strategy plans that we used and re-strategized in 2019 that caused us through the pandemic to, alter the way we think. Came out that plan, and we came out that era, and everything was more expensive. They shrunk the size of the bottles, but increased the amount of money. So they gave us less product, but they maybe got to pay more for less. That would happen after the pandemic. Don't you see the bottles of juice now that they shrunk them? I mean, this is one of my favorite juices right here in the earth. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all know I'm a healthcare, I'm health conscious. This is one of my favorite juices right here. You see how I got it all the way down to the center? I ain't even want to pull the last little corner. I was trying to say that last little corner. Y'all know how it is. You'll be just sitting that juice all the way down to the last and put it in the refrigerator like you done got some. You know how y'all do it. Y'all know how y'all be doing it. Trying to say the best for last. I know what you doing. Trying to say the best for last. I see what you doing. I see you. But at the same time, it's one of my favorite juices. Right here, Simply. Yeah, just Simply. Apple juice. The Simply. That is some fire juice. And so at the same time, y'all know I'll be sitting here sipping on my juice. People thought I would drink alcohol. Everybody know me that know I don't drink no alcohol. I don't drink beer. I don't drink liquor. I don't drink no wine. I don't drink. The people be mad at me because they like, why you they want you to be that nickel or that dime that you're gonna put toward them a little drink. I don't drink, man. So if you need somebody that drink, you gotta look past me. I don't drink. Not no alcoholic beverages anyway. But here's the year that we're gonna have to awake, transform, and then elevate. Did you hear me? The first thing you're gonna have to do is wake up to the understanding. You're gonna have to wake up to the conscious mindset shifting that's necessary. And all these things can be done through your thoughts. Just an awareness of it all. Just be aware of the thinking process by which you think thoughts. We know the thoughts that you thought. Y'all know I go there. Stop thinking them thoughts that you thought the thought, that you thought the thought, that you think. Yeah. Stop thinking them thoughts, them limiting beliefs. Looking at yourself in the mirror and don't believe and don't even trust yourself. The devil is a lie. I said, when you look in the mirror, you better look in the mirror and see trustworthiness. You better look in the mirror and see that you trust yourself. I trust my beliefs. I trust my connections. I trust my aura. I trust my entity. I trust my essence of who I am in the earth as a valid source or impactful person, standing on purpose, standing in my purpose. I trust myself. Yes, I do. I trust and believe that I have everything that I need. I have the ability and I have the agility. I have everything that I need. I have the charisma. I have the wherewithal. I have the bandwidth. I have the expansion. I need the aura that your aura precedes you. That your aura is a currency, sir. What you exude into the atmosphere is a currency. It precedes before you even enter the room. Your currency has preceded you by the aura by which you present. It precedes you. Before you even enter in the classroom, before you enter into the church, before you enter into the segment by which multiple people will be there, I'm telling you right now that your aura is a currency. Make sure you pay the dividends forward. As you walk through this new season, out of one season into another, make sure you paying the correct dividends. And you are an asset to people's lives and not a liability. Ooh-wee. I ain't sitting down here to say that this morning. But maybe he'll take us through banker's terms and say, you better be a deposit instead of a withdrawal. I said, you better be a fountain instead of a drain. Remember that session that I just had a few days ago where the creator of all things gave me a vision as I brushed my teeth that morning. I looked at the sink and he gave me this deep revelation. I done sat in front of this sink. I done sat in front of sinks all my life, brushing my teeth and washing my face and preparing for the moment in time. As you was a kid, you had to learn how to brush your teeth properly and floss. I done stood in front of 1,000 million different sinks, and I never had this revelation until like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I said he showed me in the mirror that was reflecting back at me the arch part of the sink, what we would call a faucet. He said that's a fountain. He said, make sure if you're going to be any one of those things, a fountain or a drain, D-R-A-I-N, don't drain nobody of nothing. Don't drain them of their presence. Don't drain them of their resources. Don't drain them of their persons. Don't drain them of their nothing. Don't drain them of nothing. Don't be a drain, y'all. In this up and coming season, make sure you stand on the top side of the hourglass in the alkaline side of conscientiousness and become a fountain. Make sure you are a faucet. Ooh-wee. And that you continue to pour. Did you hear me? Make sure you're pouring in this new season of your life. And as we exit one and we enter into another, make sure you are a fountain or a faucet and never become a drain. Both are relevant. Did you hear me? I say both are relevant in that sink vernacular. There, you can't have a pouring without having something to, pull down and allow the water to go out. But you know what happens when you to a drain that got hair and gunk all in it. It clog up. And at the same time, you can still be pouring, but it's so clogged that the pour, it'll spill over. So at the same time, y'all know we're standing right now at a vulnerable in life. It's vulnerable. You better know we're exiting one era and entering to another. You better know that and be comprehensive about it. And alert that this is the year 2025. This is symbolic of the number 9. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. And so 9 is divine completeness. 9 is also a number that we have to look at, saying that we're exiting one era, but we're entering into another. And so at the same time, divine 9, huh? I don't know. My question this morning is just to ask you, have you tried the soup? Did you put the soup to the test? Did any year before now have you put black-eyed peas and collard greens in your mouth? Let that be the very first meal, and then as you eat it this year, as you prepare the soup, that our culture, our ancestors had said that the black-eyed peas, which is submerging of the black-eyed peas, was symbolic of expansion. That's why they swell. It's symbolic of increase because they're swelling. And then at the same time, the collard greens, when you wash them greens real good, make sure you're in your mind. You said you're washing out anything that's unlike the Creator. Anything that's unhealthy for our internal being and our internal body. Make sure when you wash those collard greens that you wash them with the understanding. Make it symbolic and feel the feeling. Don't just throw them in the pot and act like you did something. Feel the feeling of our ancestors through tradition. Make sure that when we eat that first meal, that the swelling of the peas is symbolic of prosperity. That the collard greens is understanding the understanding is by the wealth, the financial wealth, and the greenery of it all. The tomatoes is for health and love, and the carrots is for clear vision, clarity of vision, clear thoughts. And so we gotta have clear thoughts in this up and coming season, man. Hey, baby boy, you heard me. You heard me. I ain't stuttering. You better have clarity of vision. You better have your vision so clear about the next move. What's your next move? What is it? What is your next move? What is your next move that's going to catapult and propel you into a financial wealth that you would never have to concern yourself with money ever again? What is that next move? Is it a scratch off? Is it a lottery ticket? Just randomly walk into a store and see a number in your head and at the same time will see a word in your head that you done turn to a number? Because all of it holds a frequency. We don't know how the Creator of all things is willing to bless it. He said the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So we don't know how it's going to come in. Who are you to say it can't come through a lottery ticket? I bet you your tithe and offering, you'll accept those tithe and offerings from a lottery ticket winner. I bet you that. So I don't know why y'all getting all crazy and acting like, saying, oh, that's of the, nah, it ain't. That's of the world. And you better use this world wear it as a loose garment. Don't get so caught up into the narratives of understanding, because I guarantee you, if I hit for the millions and I go around through these different churches that I've been a part of all my life, and everybody, I got 2 fathers in ministry. I don't want to call their name right now, but I have 2 fathers in ministry. I can call it. I can say it. I can say my 2 fathers that I have in ministry. One ordained me as a deacon and one ordained me as a minister. Yeah. So Victor T. Curry, cover him. Alfonso Jackson Sr., get covered. Cover him. Cover them. Because I'm connected to them. I'm the seed by which I'm standing here today because they both ordained me and gave me a paperwork stating that I've done what needs to be done. And who would ever think these many years later, even after downfalls and trials and tribulations and valley lows and setbacks and all these things, that I would still be here, having buried a child and a mother. I'm still standing. I'm still victorious. I'm still courageous. I'm still Kendrick B. Davis Sr. And so, have you tried the soup? Did you even know that the soup existed for our people, that was traditional, that's connected to our ancestry? Did you understand it? Because I did not until this morning when I showed y'all on the video. If y'all go back, you see what I understood. And I'm like, that resonated with me for whatever reason. And when things resonate, then I will embrace it. I will accept it. I will acknowledge it. When something resonates in my spirit, then I embrace it. Because I'm free enough. Be free. I said, be free. Be free enough to understand the tradition. Be free enough and have enough bandwidth in your mind to expand past your narrow-mindedness. Stop being narrow. It's time to widen your situation. It's time to expand, y'all. It's time to increase, my brother. It's time to go to the next dimension. You can't stay in the same dimension and expect a different result. What is that? If you do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result, what is it? We call that insanity. So, have you tried the soup? I'm going to try it. For this year, I want to make that be the first thing I put on my palate. It's some black-eyed peas and collard greens and cornbread. Did you hear me? I hope you're getting hungry right now. I said some black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread is the delicatessen for this season. Season it right. Make sure it tastes good. Make sure when you put it, that first forkful or that first spoonful on your palate, in your mouth, make sure you waddle around and understand that the black-eyed peas is symbolic. When you soak them and submerge them in water, water is clarity. Water cleanse. And the peas expand. That's for expansion. That's for enhancement. That's for wealth. That's for prosperity. That's what the peas do, expand. So that's for prosperity, y'all. It's for enhancement. It's for increase. And then at the same time, the collard greens is greenery. As you wash them off, and when you put them in your mouth and you eat them, waddle them around on your palate. Understanding that this year that is covering us for our ancestry for this year, 2025, the number of 9, it's covering us through our ancestry, through our traditions. Maybe that will connect us to our people, our culture, our understanding, our comprehension. So, the tomatoes was for health and love. And the carrots was clear vision. And don't forget the cornbread. Did you hear me? I said, don't forget that cornbread now. You might have to do that cornbread on the top of the stove. You know how you do it. You know how you cook cornbread on the top of the stove. Stop acting like y'all gotta always put it in the oven. Our grandparents, them cooked the cornbread on the top of the stove. in a frying pan. Yeah, that cornbread was cooked on the top of the stove. Now stop acting like y'all had ovens. Stop acting like y'all had ovens. But anyway, it's the first meal of the year that's symbolic of our tradition. Black folk. Did you hear me? Good job, black man. If you've made it through 364 days this year, good job. You've done something correctly. Did you hear me? This done became my little thing now. Y'all remember I used to drink out thing, but now I put all my little stuff in there. Good job, black man. Good job, black woman. Good job. Good job. If you made it this far, if you came through the trenches, are you a testimony like myself that has been downtrodden, that has been through it in life, but has came up out of it? And now you standing on your hill or your mountain, on the mountaintop. In your vivid imagination, can you look over and see? You might have to close your eyes in order to see. Look over the mountaintop. Look over at the things that's going on all around us. Because the only way that you're going to see it with carrot, clear, you heard what I said? Carrot clarity. Since that's the carrots was symbolic of clear vision, I want you to see it through a carrot clarity. Can't say that too fast. I say a carrot clarity that gives you clear vision. I want you to look over the mountain at this world and at all these systems that they put in place to say, worship this way, or look at this one as a god, or look at this one as a savior, look at this one right here as a means, or look at this one as a, just look at all these things that we've given y'all to worship. But you better have clear enough vision to know that the worship comes from inside yourself. That's where the worship starts, from inside yourself. The awakening starts from the inside out. It starts with an understanding, an aha moment. The awakening. Then you're going to have the ability to transform once you awaken. You're going to transform into a new person of understanding and comprehensions and advancements and inclinations and elevations. Yeah, because then elevation is inevitable. Once you've awakened, and then once you transform, then you will have no other choice. I believe elevation is inevitable. You will increase. You will expand. You will be enhanced. You will be enlarged territory, because then the bandwidth of your mind will expand past the narratives, past the original understandings. Don't never get rid of those, because those were the foundation by which we stand on right now, that our ancestors stood on. So don't never get rid of it. Just compile on it, the foundation. And make sure the foundation is solid in your belief, in your creativity, in your awareness, in your alertness of it all. As we exit one thing, but we enter into another, just make sure you have clear vision on where you're going, where you're headed. Just have clear vision. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought provoker. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thought. Anybody know me know I wouldn't do this had not the Creator said on October 15, 2022, open the laptop, sir. He said to me, open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people. We I'm here to this day. 2 years later, I'm still speaking. I'm still talking. I'm still gravitating. I'm still manipulating. I just want to manipulate your thoughts, manipulate your mind, massage your mind to where when you start, you know how you massage something enough, it'll make growth happen. You massage your scalp enough in a bald spot, and I guarantee you, your hair start growing. If you massage the scalp enough and hit it with a brush over that sink, it's gonna stimulate the growth. And so when I'm massaging your thoughts and massaging your mind, I'm doing it for stimulation factors to stimulate your understanding, increase your whole awareness. There's no reason for me not to. I've been called to do it. I might as well just do what I've been called to do. Since I'm here on assignment, I ain't here for no fleshy stuff. This is all spiritual. This is all for your DNA. This is all for your advancement. So I'm here. Have you tried the soup? We're going to get that soup down tonight, boy. I promise you, that's going to be the first thing I put in my mouth. I'm going to do it with an understanding. I'm going to do it with an awareness. I'm going to do it from that point, from that perk. I'm going to taste it with that awareness in it. Connecting with my ancestry, connecting with my traditions, connecting to it. Yeah. And so, I'm here, y'all. We're exiting one thing, but we're entering into another. The first meal of the year, black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. I'm gone, y'all. I hope I made y'all hungry enough to do it. I say black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Ooh-wee. Black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Ooh-wee. You might as well get it. Tap in. Black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Did you hear me? I say black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Hey, listen, y'all know I make a whole session out of that. Black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Yeah, I do. Y'all know I do. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment.